Fortune and Strife features subjects which can be uncomfortable for a general audience, such as the use of drugs and alcohol, poor treatment of people of different classes or cultures, adult situations, psychological trauma, deprivation, survival, natural disasters, and violence. Listener discretion advised. In addition, these next few episodes of the show contain cultural and historical content based upon the peoples of Asia and the Far East. We are coming at this from a place of respect and genuine interest and a love of these cultures, places, and history. We may not get it 100% right all the time, and we ask you to bear with us and give us the benefit of the doubt, and we would let us know when we get it wrong. We want to be an ally in dispelling Orientalism that has affected the Asian and Middle Eastern communities around the world. Welcome to Fortune and Strife. I am Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, and I'll be your host and narrator.
I am Chini, and I am playing Toji Gen.
I am Tyler, and I am playing Akoto Richi. Let's play some L5R in the Burning Sands.
So that's what Gen is up to over that period of time. Richi, I think
Yes.
that he's gonna try and have you do a slightly harder test now to see how you're doing with your alchemical studies, and he is going to try to teach you how to create a what he calls a draught of fortitude.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and that this is an elixir that to promote health, vitality, and sanitation. It kind of helps invigorate the body and the flesh, but it also strengthens the body from physical and spiritual harm. And it is one of the things prized by soldiers of the caliphate to those who have been blessed with the access to it to take one of these and down the drop before battle and become a nigh unstoppable warrior of the faith.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and kind of run you through all the different processes of it, which is going to be a TN4 Medicine Earth check.
Okay, that is a little bit harder, but I'm still pretty decent at it. Earth of 3, Medicine of 4.
Do you wish to spend void on it, or are you good?
Oh, we'll put a void point towards it.
Wasn't sure, if you're hoping to, score one of those exploders, or if you wanted to kind of help guarantee it a little bit with that. But yeah, consider this your alchemical Genpuku, though. So I understand you possibly wanting to spend it there.
Just wanna increase my chances just a little bit.
So the old man kind of peers over and checks your work. How'd you do?
6 successes, 2 strife, and an opportunity.
All right. And how do you want to spend your opportunity?
So, looking over the fortitude draught, as it were, it's very resistance based, and it's very hard. It makes the body hardy, and I want to turn that around and also fortify the spirit against any sort of like supernatural things.
Sounds good to me. So yeah, when you are resisting supernatural effects, and like maho or invocations or whatever else whatever things sages make use of as far as magic goes. What the Emir has tried to warn you about, and the awful stories that Hayate has been hearing from the guards and the other palace staff. Yeah, that sounds great. And I'm going to say the bonus for the extra successes, since I usually give something extra for every 2 bonus, is you brewed up enough batch for two different draughts. He gives you 2 stopper bottles to kind of store it in. And tells you to keep these with you. And if you or anyone else in your company's health starts to flag, or if they need a little extra fortitude or health or pep in their step, that this will provide it.
Oh, excellent! I'm glad I got a little bit of the extra to go around.
And he then turns around and he says, "Oh, and one last thing," and he comes back around with a rather old, thick bound book, and you have seen the old man go through and reference this book quite a few times over the last several weeks that you've been working with him, and he hands it over to you. Ricci, this is one of the first alchemist textbooks that I ever worked off of as a young apprentice with my master years ago. And at this point, I think you've earned your place amongst our ranks. Take this and learn from it. Remember the words and the ways that I've taught you, and go forth and make use of this when you return home. Spread the medicine that we've uncovered here in the lands of the Nameless Prophet, and take it with you onto to Rokugan when you return home.
Oh, that is very kind of you. Thank you for this honor. I will certainly continue to practice this craft. It seems to have been well thought out and methodical in its practice. And this is something that I can use. And again, thank you so much for everything you have done and for this gift.
Of course. Now, get going before it gets too late. You don't need me here. You don't need to be here any longer. But what you need to do is get yourself down to the market over the next few days and start to put together your own kit. All that medicine bag of yours is good for what you've learned back home. It's lacking in a few of the items vital to a traveling alchemist.
Indeed, I will hit up the market tomorrow as soon as I am able.
Good boy.
And again, that final bow to Sensei. And actually, I'll say once again, thank you, Sensei, for teaching me your ways.
Perfect. Go ahead and upgrade Quamaric Anatomist to Qumarist Alchemist.
All right.
And you now have access to all of the Qumarist locked rituals for alchemy. So the next week passes with Gen making notes into her, probably onto the back of some of her paintings or whatever's hidden away in her natural philosophy book, where she can make use of detailed notes of this sort, while Sueno is always checking to make sure the coast is clear and delivering the ledgers and the journals back and forth to their hiding place safely, while Ricci is busily trying to put together a proper alchemist kit of his own with the instructions from the book and the kind old man that is gifted to him. Meanwhile, Hayate has been standing guard over this whole situation, and his paranoia is kind of peaked to this point now that he sees that we are engaged in some sort of espionage. He's always kind of ready with his Yari and is always standing by the door whenever he can to Gen's room to make sure that she is well defended and that their schemes are not detected over this time. But eventually it comes to the 25th, and it is now time for the four of you to make your way to the section of the city called the Pilgrim's Court. How do you guys kind of tell Rafi or Jamila that you guys are going out for the day? Or are you all going to try and sneak out using Sueno's method of moving in and out of the Emir's estate at the palace grounds unseen?
I think they would try and stop us if we try to all leave at once. I think that's what we've been scooting by on.
All right, then.
So, you think so?
I think so.
So if you guys are going to try and make your way out unknown to the rest of the staff, I think that's going to call for a probably an air skulldug check.
All right.
I think one person should make the roll with the rest of the people. What do you call it? Providing assistance. There we are. And let's see here.
All right, I think that's probably me.
Okay. So let's have you do it with I think it's skilled assistance from Sueno.
Okay.
And unskilled for me.
And I believe unskilled from Hayate as well, but give me a moment just to make certain. Yes, that's unskilled from Hayate.
All right.
And you're looking for a T and a 5 to keep this group of 4 people moving together. Oh, I should mention. I should. Oh, you guys. I don't have to ask if people are wearing armor, as it were, because Richi's armor all got destroyed during the sandstorm. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no armor to speak of.
You guys have your traveling clothes and or whatever your attire for court is for being here in Alzawira. I would say you guys probably have at least physical resistance 1 or 2, depending on whether your clothes are meant for travel outside or not.
I think we're probably wearing travel clothes. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's because sneaking around in resplendent clothing.
Yeah, is a little
even
more
locally
obvious.
resplendent. All right. Okay, so we are wearing the traveling clothes we were given.
But it's nothing. There's no big clingy metal or other jingly bits, as it were, that you might associate with Ashigara or lacquered armor. So yeah, no.
Yeah, and like my bow's gone. Yeah, we don't have a lot of stuff. Yeah. All right, I will do it. I have Air 4, Skullduggery 2, and then I have Assistance on Skullduggery. 2 skilled. Does Hayate have skilled or unskilled?
He has unskilled. So it's 2 unskilled, 1 skilled.
All right. So I got 2 successes and 5 air opportunities on this roll.
All right. Well, that'll get you a shortfall of 3. But how do you want to spend these opportunities? That's quite a few.
All right. I can spend 1 to say, if you fail, determine the easiest way to accomplish the task that you are attempting. Skill and approach.
I mean, you can, but I'm going to tell you the same thing. It's an air skulldug check to be sneaky in the quickest way. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a do-over on that one because you were already using the easiest, best way.
The easiest way. Okay. I can provide assistance to the next character doing something, trying to do the same action.
Okay, yes. Someone trying to do something similar. So if anyone wants to do Skulldug, you can give them skilled assistance. That's a good one.
All right. And then I can also, act really subtly so that we don't have the same problem. So I want to skip. I want to act as subtly as possible so that our mess up is not obvious. We are caught by the guards on the way out.
I'm gonna adjust that. You guys are using your kind of secret entrance to get in and out. I'm gonna say this. Tell me 3 people that notice you're gone and why it's a problem.
Ooh.
Okay. The first 2 people that notice, the people who notice that we're gone is the guard who gave Gen the book of the prophet. So that is 1.
Okay.
The maid for our quarters,
Junira.
It's a problem because he's a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Juna is comes in and notices that we are gone also, and she tells her boss.
Head of the staff, Rafi. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Rafi. So those are the 3.
Those are the 3 that have gone that have noticed that you are gone. Got it. Yeah. As a twist, that guard has now been tasked to go find you and bring you back by Rafi. And let's see here. Let's see. We'll see what state the guard finds you in before Rafi decides whether or not he has to turn you into the vizier for you all taking off without letting anyone know. So we'll wait on that bit. But
Okay.
yeah, you guys make it out through the way that there are no guards, which is why you're not stopped by guards. But three people do quickly notice that you are gone and are tasked with finding you again. But you guys make it out.
But we don't
You
know
don't you
that.
don't necessarily know that just yet. Exactly. You are so sneaky and stealthily that it's hard for them to find you, thanks to the opportunities that you spent. But they know that you have flown the coop, as it were, as a group. Let's see here.
I have a request, actually, before we get all the way there. This place is packed with markets on the way to the Pilgrim's Court too, I imagine. And this is the first time we've all been loose before, and we have a little spending money. And this has been my first time out in a long time. I would like to buy a couple gifts because we're talking about leaving. And we may not have the opportunity to come out again before we have to sneak out, though we're not planning on leaving right away. So I am going to buy or have Sueno help procure a few gifts for the people who have hosted us. Because even if they're trying to conquer the empire, we should be polite.
Got it. All right. So
That's actually a good point. Ricci also kind of wants to do the gift thing as well, but for the people for the unicorn.
There you go. Okay.
Because we want to be on good terms with them, so Ricci will go gift hunting for them.
As you make your way to the southeast for the Pilgrim's Court along one of the main avenues, yes, it's easy enough to find a variety of shops, boutiques, as well as open air markets. So this is, like I said, such a primal city of trade. You could find most things here. So when it comes to rarity items, again, reduce it by at least 3. And if you have an idea for something, I'll come up with a rarity of it if it's not listed, and then we'll just drop 3, and that'll be the TNs to try and find things. So what are you guys trying to find here? I know you guys have different ideas on who should be receiving the gifts. Yeah, give it some thought. Let me know what you guys might want to pick up.
Well, I am not doing this necessary role right now, but over the course of time, I have the Shallow Waters Shuji, so I can have an idea of what things people might want.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Over time. I'm not trying to overly manipulate them, but it helps, make them have a good gift. And Sueno also has tributaries of trade, so she can also find good gifts. So
I want to give tributaries of trade. You could retroactively have said you went shopping, which is really nice. Yeah.
So I want to get a gift for Rafi, who has helped us, right? And I would get one for Gina, but you don't for servants. Like that. That's not it. But the guard has given me a book, so I must find a proper book or similar gift to return, to give him in return to.
Okay.
So at least those. And then I want to find something terribly ironic to give the Emir.
All right.
I want to give the Emir, if they have it, a pearl.
Oh, okay.
Because a pearl is round and flawless, and this symbol of almost an impenetrable fortress. It's not like a diamond or something like that has facets that have been cut into it, right? It's just presents a blank face to the world, and it's something that's valuable enough that it would be a fitting gift for someone who's saved our lives, even if he's going to conquer the empire. Does that sound fair? I mean, I hopefully, Ricci, you have enough coin that you won to make that possible, but if not, then I have a problem.
So I would say that a pearl is probably equivalent to a finger of jade, and when we're just talking about rough rarities of things, and value. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call that rarity 3.
Okay.
For you, so that's going to be a water commerce TN3 for the Finger of Jade. As far as the book goes, it really depends on the book. If you're just getting him any old copy of a book, its rarity is going to be 0. You could just pick up a book, but if you want to get a very specific book or a specifically rare book, then the value goes up for rarity wise. But book's pretty simple. It's almost no check, or at least the TN1 for.
I want it to be a book that he would
That you think
appreciate.
that through Shallow Water.
It doesn't have to be rare, but it has to be one I thought he would appreciate.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll call that at least a rarity 3 book, which becomes a rarity 1 book, with the reduction, because a pillow book is like rarity 1 or 2 or something like that. So I'm just going to round that up with the pearl, and we're just going to call that TN3 to find those 2 gifts. Was there anything else you wanted? Oh, you also wanted to get something for Raffi.
Something for Raffi, like maybe a delicacy he would like of some sort.
Okay.
Food or drink, or since he's fed us, or a piece of clothing.
Mm-hmm. Sweets are rarity 1, so that's like almost negligible. But you could do spices if you wanted, which are rarity 5 to 7. So let's go ahead and say you got some rarity 5 spices to give him, and this time of the world, spices are worth every bit as valuable as gold and other precious metals and gems. So let's add that together. So for rarity 5 spices, a rarity 3 book, say a book of military adventure or story that he might that you think he would really like, and then a pearl.
The best pearl that I can get, which very soon.
Okay. So let's go ahead and call that altogether a TN4 water commerce check.
All right, we'll do that, and I'll ask for Sweno's help.
Do you guys want to do your shopping together or separately, or what do you think?
Together, please.
Together. All right. Richie, what do you want? So that's all. Right now I'm sitting at a TN4, but I'll see what it might raise to with Richie's thoughts.
So hopefully mine won't be too terribly tough, because what I'm looking at getting is I don't know if there's any games that would fit this description, but I want a game for multiple people, not just for 2 players like a shogi or Go. I want something a little bit more broader that could be found out here in the Burning Sands. So something relatively close to Rokugani, but out here in a foreign land, if that makes sense.
Yeah, more than just 2 players you want. Okay.
And more than 2 players. Like, it could be like a card game of some sort. I want something to show that it's a game for more than 1 person, because this is a gift for more than 1 person. And more accurately, I want something that is compact and small, something that you can travel with, because I want to encourage travel.
Sooner travel.
Sooner travel. Oh, you want to play this? Oh, man, we can play this on horseback. Let's go.
I love it.
Okay. I have an idea here for you. Two games that you might have heard Minerva talking about when you were hanging out with her early on, and another name I can drop back into the narrative before she's forgotten about forever. There is a game called Follis, sometimes referred to as the balloon game. Follis is thought to be akin to a modern game of volleyball. A leather ball would be hit either by the fist or the forearm in order to stop it from touching the ground. And so it's effectively it's an inflated leather bag. So yeah, very much like a volleyball or a soccer ball or something like that. And you sit around with a bunch of friends and you try to keep it from hitting the ground.
That sounds like a wonderful time.
Yeah. And there's it's somewhat similar to you would say to the game of Kamari and Rokugan, except this one you use your hands instead of your feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was an ancient Roman and Greek game, so something that Minerva would know from the Imperial Remnant, and it's a game that can be played by a bunch of people, and all you need to do is deflate the ball and carry it with you, and then blow it up when you get to where you're going, and you're ready to play Follis.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. So a game from the Imperial Remnant, Follis, and I'm going to call that a Rarity 3 game, so it becomes Rarity 1. And is that so? That's the only gift you want to get to give to the unicorn? Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I don't want to be overly pushy with gifts, but at the same time, I also want to not show up empty-handed.
There you go.
And we know this again knows from her Kamara's courtesy that this is more about thinking about what they want than how personal it is to you. So that's just how gift giving goes here.
All right, those are your gifts. It'll be 10 silver dirhams, or what you think would be the equivalent of about 2 koku, which you have enough in your sack o change that you have in your thing, no problem. Yeah, feel free to make the check. Richi's giving assistance, unskilled. Hayate can give unskilled. I mean, I guess you're all working together for this. And
Sueno can give skilled.
Can give skilled, yeah. But with the Richi's gift, let's make it a full T and 5 for everything altogether.
That's it. Okay, so I got 3 successes, 3 opportunities, and 2 strife. And the opportunities that I am going to have is to perform the task efficiently, completing it more quickly, or saving supplies.
Well, no, in that regard, I would say you are able to do your shopping before the guards catch up with you.
Okay. So, it's done, and extra opportunities reduces the time or materials expended. So, yeah, we get it for a good price for what we did.
Yeah. So how many are you spending for that?
I'm willing to spend all of them for that.
Okay.
If that will help, make sure that there's money left, that there was money for the pearl and stuff.
Yeah,
well.
I would say you could also, spend 1 to drop 2 strife if you wanted to. I'm not sure what your strife is looking like, because that was a
let's spend. Okay, let's spend 1 to drop 2 strife.
And then you spend 2 to make it to do it faster than you normally would. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Catching a good deal while you're at it.
Yeah. So we're doing that. Our shopping trip is good. We've gotten gifts.
Gotten everything but the pearl, which hopefully Sueno can get on her own.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll for Sueno's now just to see. She's pretty good at commerce. Better than me.
Spending so much time as your attendant, she's used to run errands for you to take care of these things.
Oh yes. Sueno is quite capable of doing that. Okay, she's got her 3 successes.
Yeah. So she was like, "Oh well, don't worry about it. Again, I already went and picked up the pearl while you guys were busy shopping on the other street."
Oh, okay, perfect. Then we're set, and we can prepare that gift properly, or maybe she did it on one of her other trips. She did it on her last trip, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's all nicely boxed up in our rooms.
There you go, perfect. All right, so yeah, you guys now continue southeast along the avenue towards the Pilgrim's Court. The Pilgrim's Court is aptly named, as it is the place that pilgrims come to enter the city and to stay there, and whether they're coming to petition the Sultan or to make pilgrimage to the holy sites where the nameless prophet spoke and laid down the tenets of their faith. This is a bustling area of pilgrims, both rich and poor, which is both for good or ill. This is also a place where foreign dignitaries will stay and out of town travelers, but also the indigent and the homeless. But in an odd way, this is a place where all the different classes can mix together, and that there is a teaching within the faith of the nameless prophet that one should do zakat, which is to give away a portion of one's earned wealth to those in need. And so there's quite a bit of almsgiving that takes place here in the Pilgrims Court as well. And so, yes, you're seeing people from all walks of life, whether it's to show off and be seen, to be seen doing religious acts, to be seen doing charitable acts, or just to be seen as someone from out of town and well-to-do. It's an interesting dichotomy of religious fervor, poverty, wealth, and showing off of one's different status and ability within society. And this is where you guys have found and are directed towards a meeting place that the unicorn have set up in what used to be a church of an older faith, and it is here by the fountain is how you find it and how you're directed to it, and it's simple, and you see the seamstress is kind of waiting by the front door of it to escort you all in and bring you forward. Hayate will kind of stand by the door while the rest of you come in and talk and be greeted by the unicorn here. The leader of the unicorn is an older man who his features are well, they're hard to make out. He is a person whose face you would almost automatically forget and couldn't quite place, even if you were to look right back up at him right now. There's not a single feature that you would have been able to pick out from how you were looking at him the moment before. Uh, he is introduced to you by actually I should say this first. Um, Nazia Salik, the seamstress who ushers you in, says that now that we are all here amongst friends and countrymen, allow me to truly introduce myself. My name is Shinjo Al Asasia. Nazia Salik is the identity that I go by. Our leader here, the caravan master, is Ide Liu, and this is the man with just the blandest, most unremarkable face you've ever seen. Like I said, an older gentleman who seems to be the one who is in command. Motions to the woman next to him. This is our caravan master at arms, Utaku Anjing. She is a master of battlefield deception and feints in combat and by horseback. This the across from me would be who you might have heard of as Alyan Kadir, or as they are truly known, Ayuchi Rikisa. She is a kunaichi in training under my direction, but works here as a dancer and socialite and courtesan, picking up whatever rumors and assets we can within the city. And beside me here is someone that you would be familiar with. And Ricci, that's when you realize that it is Zaim Akhtar, the aide de camp to the Defender of the Faith, Bashara. Yes, this is Moto Fukan, and he is a scout within the Unicorn Clan and is now operating as a spy in the Defender of the Faith's camp.
Oh.
And he says, "Forgive me for delaying our meeting, but I didn't want to draw any more attention to ourselves than I had to, in case something was to come out."
That is understandable. Your discretion is appreciated in this regard.
Bow deeply to the unicorn and say, I am glad you have had the opportunity to meet both Toda Sueno, my assistant, and it sounds like you have met already. Akoto Richi of obviously the Lion Clan. My name is Doji Gen, a student of natural philosophies of the Crane Clan, who ended up here. We all ended up here under very strange circumstances. Thank you for meeting with us at last.
We've been keeping an eye on you for quite some time now. We have had mixed history here with it. This is Liu speaking, Ide Liu. We've had a mixed history here in Alzuira. The Unicorn have been both liberators and invaders over different times of the city's history. And at the moment, we are somewhat on the outs with the current Caliph, and so we operate here in as much secrecy as we can manage without tipping our hand. The Unicorn would like to maintain whatever levels of contact and trade that we can with Alzuira. It is far too valuable a city, being in the kind of the navel of the earth, as they refer to it out here, for us not to be connected to it. What happens here has ramifications over an empire that dwarfs that of Rokugan.
I had thought that would be hard to imagine until I came here, but perhaps the Unicorn are more on the outs than you had imagined. We have come into some intelligence that leads me to strongly hope that we can leave quickly and find that it is for all of our best interest to do so. Shall we sit and discuss?
Yes, please, and we shall have tea. I'm sure it's something that you've missed from your homeland. Here, they tend to smoke it as soon as process it, and it takes on a totally different character than it does back home.
That would be delightful.
And so, yeah. Now that raises a question. How deep do you want to go? Lou kind of says we could perform a full ceremony if those of you who would like to take part in that, unless you all would rather speak business. Up to you.
Tea.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
It has been quite some time since I've had some Rokugani tea. I would love some.
Then we should do it properly.
Yeah, do it properly. They're gonna bust out the good matcha, and we're gonna go ahead and do the proper tea ceremony. So this is performance. Does anyone wish to help out? Otherwise, it'll just be taken care of by the two unicorn ninja here.
I would be happy to try and help.
Okay.
For what that's worth.
You have skilled in performance?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
I'm gonna sit back and enjoy.
There you go.
Hey, I'm the crane on the scene. I'd be embarrassed if I didn't at least try.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Performance void.
Performance void it is, yeah. But you don't need to roll it. I'll have them unless you want to take the lead. In fact, why not? I can. Although you don't have the ritual, so there's that.
I don't have the ritual. I can roll it and then see how well I do, and then if I fumble.
Yeah, I mean they have the ritual, but yeah, I think it'd be more interesting if a PC rolled. So yeah, how about that? How about void performance with 2 skilled assistants on the check?
All right. If this blows up, then they can roll it. Okay.
It is a TN2, so it's not too terribly hard. We're not trying to do the high ceremony, as it were.
Okay. Because I'm curious, I'm going to. So I certainly got the successes. I got 4 successes flat out. I haven't re-rolled the extra successes, but I am going to see if there's anything. Okay. If I kept it all with the Strife, I'd have 7 successes and 1 opportunity and 4 Strife. However, at least I am successful. I'll just keep the 2 successes and the opportunity, or 3 successes and an opportunity. How's that? I was just curious.
So that will be success. And how many ranks in culture do you have?
I have 2 ranks in culture.
All right, so targeting yourself and then 2 other people that are participating in the ritual, which is what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, so 8 of you, but you got to pick 2 of them. They will also reduce their strife by 3, plus an equal strife equal to your bonus successes. So it'll be a total of 4 strife that you'll take off each participant.
Mm-hmm.
And for 1 opportunity, you can also reduce each target's next check by 1.
Bonus successes take off strife off of each participant?
Yes. It's if your success is 3 plus 1 for every bonus success.
Well, then it negates the strife that I gain by keeping the successes. So 7 successes, 1 opportunity, and 4 strife. So
that's 5 additional. So that's 8 strife off of yourself and 2 others.
I will do. How are you on strife, Ricci?
I am at half.
All right. Well, I'll take 8 strife off of Ricci. How much strife is Suenowet? She had her outburst recently. She's not awful. How's Hayate doing?
He's at half.
He's at half.
Let's see, what's half for him? Half for him is he's got a composure of 9, so he's at like 4 or 5. Let's say 5 because he's kind of high strung right now.
Yeah, he seems rather high strung. So I will do it for him because being super nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for 1 opportunity, how many opportunities did you keep?
I only have 1 opportunity.
Gotcha. So that can also say that each of those participants can reduce the TN of their next check by 1 if you wanted.
Okay.
Or you could do something else with it if you wanted to do something else with your 1 void op.
Okay, actually I'm going to everybody gets the TN drop? Okay. Well, I'll do that.
All of the participants, yeah.
All of the participants do that. Okay, I will do that.
Sorry. All the people you targeted. So yourself, Ricci, and Hayate.
Okay, I'll do that. That's just too good not to.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys are having a wonderful bit of tea, that bitter yet chlorophyll filled hit that matcha has. Fills your mouth and nostrils with the taste of home. And they even come out with a kind of a Burning Sands version of what you call dango. Like they're pretty much the same kind of fried pastry balls, but they are covered in honey and pistachios, crushed pistachios. Something of a more local kick to your standard bit of sweet dough on a stick.
Huh.
Awesome. Cool. We teed.
Yeah, you guys have teed, and it is a wonderful feeling. Like I said, you guys are being able to drop 8 strife is incredible with that. That's pretty awesome. Being able to do it for 3 people instead of just yourself is people discount, I think, the action economy and usefulness of a good tea ceremony. But it's probably a good hour that you guys all spend just discussing tea and food and other things that you miss from home before you guys finally get down to kind of talking about the situation, what you're going to do to get home.
Yeah, I think during the tea ceremony, that's when I'm going to be presenting the gift to the group
sure.
here.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, just nothing fancy. Just while the ceremony is going on, and saying, in response to the hospitality you have shown us, and just overall, I present to you this gift. It is something I found quite interesting here in the marketplace. That would be interesting on your travels. It is something I've seen called a phallus. It is a leather ball that you can inflate, and the goal of this game is to knock it into the air and then keep it in aloft.
The unicorn are kind of pretty thrilled by this. Well, this is wonderful. They kind of marvel at just how compact it can be, and then that you can just take this and play with play it around with your unit when you're done. It'll hopefully get you your feet back underneath you, as it were, after riding all that time in the saddle. Something to run around and do on your feet is would be wonderful. And so yeah, like they're just kind of playing around with it, and Moto Fukan seems to be the most taken with it. Do you wish to utilize any shuji like what is this? Tributaries of trade that, or something else that lets you kind of gain glory for gifts and whatnot?
Not at all. I don't have them. I mean, I could roar at them, but that's probably rude.
Yeah. So how about you go ahead and make me a I don't know, water courtesy is a way to just, hey, I thought of this, thought of you. It's the most friendly probably way to give a gift and whatnot. Unless you've got another thing that you might want to do with it.
Not that. I just wanted to present the gift. Nothing.
Yeah, go for it. Why don't you go ahead and roll me that, and I'll see about what kind of how your reputation is affected by it, as it were. Yeah.
Okay. So that is a courtesy of 2 and a water of 3. What's do I have a TN?
Give you a void point to do it blind.
Sure, we'll take the void point. So I have a total of 5 successes and 3 strife because I kept exploding on my ring dice. So that works out very well.
Nice. What do you think the strife manifests as?
Honestly, it is a lot reminiscing of home. Because I'm here with Rokugani. These people have probably been in Rokugan more recently than we have, just because of all the circumstance that's been going on. But it's just nice to talk shop, if you will, especially in, amongst other people of one's culture, if you will. So it's not necessarily a bad kind of strife. It is I can finally be myself around these people, and it's wonderful.
Perfect. I like it. So yeah, that will gain you, I believe, success with 1 bonus success.
Woo.
And so because of that, I will award you a base of 3 glory plus 1 for the bonus success, so 4 glory.
Oh boy, that's 66 glory. I think I become famous.
You become somewhat famous. Think of what kind of fame you might want to have attached to Ricci.
Will do. And we'll come back to that in a bit.
Yeah. But they play through it. The not. I couldn't possibly. I mean, it would be a distraction. Oh, but it could also be. Could make unity for your troops. That's true. It's an extra way to exercise. But do you think it's something that might be thought of frivolous? Oh no, please! It could be thought of as duty, is like that participating in this is a way to motivate and promote both morale and fitness. Well, in that case, I have to accept. It's that game the Rokugani play of we have to make the gift seem as both practical and honorable as possible, and that we're not just taking a bribe or grift or whatever have you. And it's all a game you play, and you're all used to it. But it's still something that's you've missed it with the way that gifts are given here. It's a totally different culture and subtext to the way things are done.
Yeah, it is a game I can play.
Yeah. And one that you have done well because it's just one that you've grown up with your whole life. I'm Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, your host and narrator, thanking you once again for listening. Remember to catch new episodes every Monday. If you want to catch them early or are looking for more bonus content, please consider becoming a supporting member of the Patreon at patreon.com/courtgames.
I am Tyler, and I've been playing Akoto Ricci. You can find me on my personal accounts on Twitter at ChurcherGames or on Twitch, also as ChurcherGames. You can find the show on the web at courtgamespod.com, on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram under Fortune and Strife, and on Twitter at L5RFNS. If you would like to contact us, you can email the show at fortuneandstrife@gmail.com.
This is Jeannie, aka Kakita Kaori, and also known as, at least today, Doji Gen. You can find me at my blog at the Winter Garden of the Kakita website, along with helpful materials for the RPG, and also on Twitter at White Veils or on Facebook. If you like, I am also found on the Court Games RPG podcast as a writer for Emerald Legacy, Or check out The Table Is Yours for fiction readings of the FFG stories.
This has been Fortune and Strife, a Court Games production in association with D20 Radio Network and the Rokugana Historical Society.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.